Hello, everybody. How are y'all out there this evening? Y'all ready to talk about some manners? That's the discussion for the day. There's, I guess, a lot to be talked about when it comes to manners. Actually, I wanted to start out, by saying a lot of times we experience this when we go out. I know I do. A lot of times it'll start as soon as I get onto the road to go somewhere. I don't really go very many places, but when I do, I have some notes on it, as a matter of fact. I noticed when I subbed in a public school a while back, one of the first things I noticed was the kids did not answer the teachers with ma'am or sir. They just said yes, no, and the teacher seemed to be fine with it like that. And I thought that was really strange because back when I went to school, we always had this, everybody, all the kids said yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. And the teachers expected that of you. And like I said, when I went to sub in the public schools just in the last couple of years, and I saw that, how the children did not do that and the teachers didn't expect it, I thought that was really odd. I thought that was really strange. So evidently, there was a very few that did say yes, ma'am to me, or no, ma'am, or to any of the other teachers there. So I thought that was kind of strange. Different people just aren't teaching their children that anymore at home, evidently. I know when I raised my child, I taught him to answer that way with ma'am and sir. And I think that also puts the child in the position of where they're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? They if they have to say ma'am or sir, they're just going to come at you with a whole different respect just from that one simple little rule to imply on them. So let's see something else here. So I wrote a little story about, it's actually part fiction and part truth, and I thought it kind of covered all the different things that you would come across in the public, in a social public situation. So this is it. And the name of it is called The Gold Medal Trip. One trip into the public will tell you right where you stand when it comes to manners and respect for other people and their property. Sometimes it's hard to be respectful when we are being disrespected by so many people every time we go out into public. It starts before I even get to where I'm going. The people on the road, I'll notice people will be looking at their phones when they're driving. And a lot of times I've had people come into my lane and I'll notice they're looking at their phone. So I think these looking at these phones is causing a lot of accidents. And I think that's pretty disrespectful, especially considering the consequences that you could take someone else's life, or your own, of course, or the people that's in the vehicle with you. I mean, anybody can get into an accident, but it's kind of asking for trouble when you're looking at your phone and you're driving. And this happens almost every time I get out on the road, and I don't get out that often. So when you finally make it to your destination and you get to the parking lot, You have to maneuver that with great care because you never know when someone is just waiting for an opportunity to rob you or hurt you. I mean, you hear stuff like this all the time. To be very careful in parking lots. So you watching out for that. And well, of course, if somebody robbed you, that's pretty disrespectful, isn't it? But also, something else I've encountered in parking lots that was rude, which there are several things actually. One of them is the cars that come in with this loud, blaring music, and it's like vibrating the whole car. It's like you can actually see their trunks vibrating on the car. And as if that wasn't bad enough, a lot of times it's vulgar obscenity lyrics, the music that's being played, and they don't mind playing that right there in public. I mean, even though there may be children there, and just generally, I mean, I'm not a child. I don't want to hear that either. So I wish they wouldn't do that. I wish they would just lower that and, especially if it has those obscene lyrics. Nobody wants to hear that. I know I don't. It's embarrassing too if you have a child with you or, just someone you don't want to be exposed to that kind of profanity. Something else I've witnessed there in the parking lot is I've seen people changing their babies in the parking lot, which that's not bad to just change your baby in the parking lot because babies have to be changed, right? Okay. But do they have to sling the dirty diaper into the middle of the parking lot? Has anyone else seen that? Hey, Donna Laborde, how are you today? I'm getting carried away with my talking. I didn't see your comment. That's so disrespectful. Oh, commercial break. Okay. Well, let me know when the commercial's over. I should be able to see that. But I'm not seeing anything that's telling me I'm having a commercial break except for you. Are we still on commercial break? I need another phone or something on showing me when these commercial breaks are happening. It's probably over. Okay. So we talked about the dirty diaper changing in the parking lot and then just discarding the diaper right there in the parking lot. That's pretty terrible, especially if you're the one who comes by and is not suspecting and accidentally step into that diaper. That would be really horrible. Thank you, Donna, for letting me know that you're back. Appreciate that because I can't see when it's a commercial on here. So I'm just like yapping and yapping. There's got to be a way to tell. So anyway, I'm gonna have to look into that. Thanks for the thumbs up. Appreciate that too, Donna. Okay. So once we've dodged the reckless drivers on the way up to our destination and the hunting criminals and the vibrating triple X cars and the dirty diaper landmine, then we can make it into the store, hopefully. And hopefully we can find a shopping buggy or a cart that has 4 good wheels on it because, a lot of times those carts get left out in the parking lot. Again, absence of manners. And I've sometimes left mine out there too, y'all. but most of the time I do go and put mine up. But when you leave them out like that, another car can hit them. And when that happens, it can run into another vehicle and dent a vehicle. I mean, I've had my vehicle dented in parking lots before, and I really don't know if it was a buggy that did it or what did it, actually. So, anyway, if you can get you a good buggy and get to shopping and get your little list out and everything seems to be going pretty good, you might get down an aisle that's clogged up with people talking, visiting, and some of them will look to you and say and wave you through, pull their cart over and let you through, or they'll move on or whatever. But there's also the rude ones who will look at you and won't even move. They'll just like look at you and then look back at who they're talking to and just keep on their conversation going. And that's so rude. I think we all have experienced a parking lot dent by a buggy, Donna says. Yeah, I think so too. I think that's very common because buggies get left out there a lot. Thank goodness for the attendants who go out there and pick those up on a regular basis. So, like I said, some of them, they'll move out the way and they'll let you by, and others, they'll just keep on with their conversations and ignore you, even though they know you're there. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, have you ever been, looking at something on a shelf? I know sometimes if somebody's in an aisle and I have to pass by them, I'll say, excuse me, especially if I see they're looking at something, in the way that I have to pass between them and what they're looking at. I'll say, excuse me. But I have had people do that to me and not say, excuse me. And I think that's rude. I don't know if it's just me or anybody else thinks that way, but it doesn't really bother me a whole lot, but it does cross my mind that why didn't they say excuse me? Because I always say excuse me, but I mean, I know everybody's not like me. I get that. Let's see, what else have I experienced in the store? You ever reach for something on a shelf and then have someone like reach right in front of you and grab it nearly out of your hand? I'm wondering if anyone's had that happen to them. Or what's some of your incidents that you've had happen to you in a store? I mean, you could go on and on, really. It could get pretty rough out there. Have someone hit your buggy. No, not me, but parking spots, yes. Okay. So, like trying to get a parking spot and someone cuts in front of you, I'm guessing. It's kind of what I'm thinking. I've seen that on movies, like they'll be going to park and then someone will be right in front of them. That's pretty rude. I'm just looking at my notes, y'all, to see what else I have wrote down here. Okay, one time I went to the store and it was the Dollar Tree, and I had grabbed one of those little baskets. And, if you don't want the big shopping cart, you can get the little hand basket, because I only had wanted these cans of coconut drink. It was something like that, and they come in a can. So I got my little basket and I went in, picked up, I think it was 5 of them, put them in there, went up to the cashier to check out, and this guy that's checking. I had never seen him there before. He was a new cashier. And I just put the little basket up on the shelf. I mean, I figured it's 5 little cans. He could just take them out and scan them. Well, he says, "Can you take that out of there?" And he was kind of rude, And I was like, "What's the deal? Why couldn't he just pick those up out of there? Why did he have to make a big deal out of it?" In other words, I didn't understand that because I did that before. I've never gone up there with like a whole buggy and expect them to take everything out of it. It was just like 5 little cans, but he didn't. He was so insulted that he was going to have to take that out of there. And I had went back another time and there was another cashier there and I asked her, I told her what happened and everything. And she said, well, he wasn't supposed to do that because that was his job. He was supposed to take those out of there for you. He wasn't especially supposed to, say, you do it. But sometimes, you get those rude cashiers too. There's rude people everywhere. There doesn't have to be a cashier or a driver. It could be anywhere. And I'm sure there's times that I've been rude and, I need to check myself too. So I'm certainly not going to claim to be Miss Manners, but I try. I do try. Let's see if I have anything else here. Okay, yeah. Y'all probably say, well, why are you calling this story the gold medal story? Well, if you make it home, you deserve a gold medal. There used to be a road down where we lived in the country, and it was called a WPA road. And it had so many potholes in it. It was crazy. It was so bad, that road. And I remember my dad calling it the gold medal road. And I said, well, why are you calling that road, especially the gold medal road? And he said, well, because if you can make it to the other end, you get a gold medal. So I said, well, this little story sounds kind of like that too. Y'all still there? Well, I made reservations for this video. And I thought that since I put a title on it of what it was going to be about and everything, that we would have more people in here with us. But it looks like it's just me and you, Donna, and maybe Mom. But we can discuss manners. I mean, what do y'all have to add to this conversation? That's what I want to know. Because I just went through a whole story of everything I could think of on these manners. Y'all want to play a game? Instead of the Bible one, I actually have this other little game too. Press your luck. Jean Treadaway. Hello, Jean Treadaway. Says sure to play in the game. Okay. All right. Well, Jean Treadaway is here with us, Donna. Let's play. Hi, Jean. Okay, which of these substances is used in the process of leather making? Now I'm going to give you 3 choices. And you can just answer A, B, or C because I'm going to tell you it's A, B, or C. A, chalk. B, sand. C, salt. Used in leather making. Chalk, sand, or salt? used in the process of leather making? Chalk, A, B, sand, or C, salt? What about the leather making? I missed the question, Donna said. Don't know, says Jean Treadaway. Okay, I'm going to repeat the question for Donna because she didn't hear it. Which of these substances is used in the process of leather making? Chalk, sand, salt. Salt, Donna says. Okay, that is correct. All right, I have another one for y'all. Original M&Ms created during World War II, when chocolate was strictly rationed, were only made available to who? A, school children, B, soldiers, or C, residents of New Jersey, where the factory was located. Original M&Ms, created during World War II when chocolate was strictly rationed, were only made available to who? School children, soldiers, or residents of New Jersey where the factory was located. Okay, Donna says soldiers. And that is correct. It is soldiers. I can remember my dad talking about this. They gave them, like, when he was in the military, I can remember him saying that they all had these big Hershey bars they were given as part of their rations. Yes, that is true. It was the soldiers. Okay. Let's try another one. If you got up close and personal with a polydactyl cat, you would notice it had this unusual feature. A, oversized lips, B, extra toes, or C, no ears. If you got up close and personal with a polydactyl cat, not a word you hear every day, you would notice that it had this unusual feature: oversized lips, extra toes, no ears. Donna gave herself a little clap for getting soldiers right, and I agree. She deserves that. Donna says, no ears, and I have no idea, have never heard of that kind of cat. Puddin' Tang says, sorry I'm late tonight. That's okay, Puddin' Tang. I'm just glad that you are here. So glad you're here. Okay, I'll repeat the question. If you got up close and personal with a polydactyl cat, you would notice that it has this unusual feature: oversized lips, extra toes, or no ears. Okay. One thing I can see what the answer is here, y'all. It says extra toes. Donna's telling Puddin' saying hello. Anytime you see a word that has poly on it, it means many. So that extra toes answer makes sense. Like a polygamous marriage, that's many wives. So the polydactyl would be many something. Evidently dactyl means toes, so many toes. I know some people with extra toes, Donna says. I know of some people with extra toes too. Actually, I know two different people. I knew an old lady that lived on our road that had several toes like that, extra toes. And also someone else that lives not far from here, actually. But I'm not going to name names. Around here, they call those cats Hemingway cats. I don't know why. Now, as far as the cats, I do know of a person who had a cat like that, and the feet were huge, and it had extra toe on each foot. So I guess that was one of those Hemingway cats. Hemingway cats. Pretty neat. What is a group of owls called? A hoot, a flock, or a parliament? Parliament. A group of owls called. Is it a hoot, a flock, or a parliament? A hoot. That seems like that would be the obvious answer, but it's not. It is a parliament. I've never heard of that in my life. That's a new one on me. And I might would have said a flock because so many birds are called like a flock of birds, but it's a parliament. It's a new one on me. Let's see, maybe we'll do the backside of this one too. I sure don't know this one. Who played Freddie Mercury in the film Bohemian Rhapsody? Was it Rami Malek, Jensen Ackles, or Remy Martin? And I probably said every one of them's name wrong. Who played Freddie Mercury in the film Bohemian Rhapsody? Rami Malek, Jensen Ackles, or Remy Matrin? Uh-huh. Pudding got it. You got it, Pudding. I sure would have never knew that one. Okay, which people bestow the title Dalai Lama to their foremost spiritual leader? Is it the Pakistani people, the Tibetan people, or the Nepalese people? Which people bestow the title Dalai Lama to their foremost spiritual leader? Dalai Lama. The title Dalai Lama to their foremost spiritual leader. Is it the Pakistanis, the Tibetans, or the Nepalese? This one I wouldn't know either, really. Me neither. I guess Nepali, Pudding says. Nope. I'm going to give Donna a chance to answer. I'll give her a minute in case she wants to chime in. She got slow internet. My mom got slow internet. We've had so much trouble with the internet over there where they live at. It's ridiculous. She said she don't know. Y'all have to tell me when y'all want a commercial break too, so I'll quit talking because I can't tell from this side. All right, let's try the back side of this one. Oh, we did that one. Okay, hold on. I got to get with the program, y'all. What do you call an angel that's more? I thought Mama was going to be on speakerphone tonight. No, she didn't want to be on speakerphone. She said no. She was afraid. She just, I don't know. She was afraid she didn't want to get on speakerphone. But I think she's on the phone with my sister Donna, and so she'll be answering for her. But that was nice of you to remember that, Pudding. Very considerate. You see that? That's what we was talking about earlier, was the manners. I don't know if you had I guess you missed that because you said you had came in late, but we was talking about manners and how it's so rough out there. But so if you have something to say about manners, go on ahead and chime in on that. Even while we play in the game, you very welcome. What do you call an angle that's more than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees? Is it oblong, acute, or obtuse? An angle that is more than 90 and less than 180. Now we're going to have to get a protractor out for this. I know that acute is the smaller angle. The 90-degree angle, I know my hand is totally off, but the 90-degree angle is more like a square. The acute is more like this. It's smaller than 90. And anything over, okay. I'll get my protractor. We all don't get the same commercial breaks at the same time, so I'm glad they only last 4 seconds. We are back. Okay. All right. The question on this one was about angles. It wanted to know, what do you call an angle that's more than 90 degrees and less than 180? Okay, I didn't think I was got to get the protractor out, y'all, but here it is. If this little doohickey here is straight up and down, that's where the 90 falls on it, and it gives you a straight angle like this. That's a 90-degree angle. Any angle that's bigger like this is going to be obtuse, and anything that is smaller like this is going to be acute. So this angle, they're saying it's more than 90, but less than 180, and 180 falls down here. So that's a bigger one. So going by what I just said, is that acute or obtuse? Obtuse, correct. That is correct. I never dreamed I was going to have to pull a protractor out for this game. Okay, where were the 1996 Summer Olympics held? Atlanta, Los Angeles, or Lillehammer? The 1996 Summer Olympics, where were they held? Atlanta, Los Angeles, or Lillehammer? Probably saying that last one totally wrong. That's right, Atlanta. Yep. You are so right. Okay, very good. Many Little Women were in the book by Louisa May Alcott. Little Women. I guess that's the name of the book, Little Women. I know I've heard of that. How many Little Women were in the book by Louisa May Alcott? Go ahead, Pudding before I even give you a choice. You know it's 4. That's because you read, huh? You told me you read The Stand. That was a very thick book. I bet you this one was too, huh? Little Women. That's a classic book, isn't it? The answer is 4. You are correct. It's probably a very good book too. We read Little Women in elementary school. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's not a real big book then, huh? I don't think I ever read that. I'm gonna have to read it. It was very good, she said. Pudding said it was very good. Now, you see, I do go to the library, y'all. I guess you would never guess it if I hadn't read Little Women, huh? Because that's got to be a very popular book. Like I said, it's probably a classic. What is Papua New Guinea's capital city? And now I wouldn't know this one either. Port Moresby, Lae, or Manila? I would probably say Manila because it's just something I heard of before, but that's not the right answer. Port Moresby or Lae, since I already told y'all it wasn't Manila. If you don't know, just do DK. Don't know. Because I promise you, I will tell you right now, I did not know. Right. Moving on. I don't know, Pudding says, but I have known the different missionaries who lived there. What? Come on. Did you go there and meet some missionaries? I mean, I'm just wondering because I have no idea what missionaries went out there. Pudding. Look who done showed up here, y'all. It's Guap Gutter. Finally caught you live. I've missed the last few. Yes, and I missed you too. I've been wondering, like, man, where's Guap Gutter at? I went to church with the missionary families. That must have been very interesting. I always wondered about that, what it would be like to go to different countries and be part of a missionary. It has to be terrifying, just not the missionary part, not the talking about the Bible part, the part about just being in another country is what terrifies me. I really do not want to leave the country at all. One of the ladies was 70 when she went. What? Wow. I wonder had she been doing that her whole life or if she just waited till she was 70 to go. Guap Gutter says, yes, I'm not going anywhere. I've got your notifications on. Are you prepared for the storm? Yes, I am prepared for the storm, Guap Gutter. And I thought about you too, because I know you're a lot closer to that coastline than I am. Pudding says the other was a teenager and he grew up there. Well, I'll be darned. Yeah, y'all, we got us look like we got a hurricane coming in to Louisiana for I think it's Wednesday night it's supposed to be coming in. So we have a little time to make some preparations tomorrow. Although I do have food and water here and I have my flashlights and my radio and all that kind of stuff ready. Jean Treadaway says, I've been to Ukraine in 2011. Well, what was it like then? I know I definitely wouldn't want to go in the last couple of years or now. Was it peaceful then, back in 2011? I'm curious to know. And Guap Gutter, do you have your preparations? Excuse me, do you have your preparations underway? You have everything you need? Donna says Francine is supposed to make landfall at a category 2 and we will be in the middle of it. Oh, yeah, I talked to you earlier, Donna, and you had said you was going to check on it. And so evidently you've checked on it. I caught I think it was the 5 o'clock news, the local weather report. And yeah, looks like we have a lot of rain coming off of it for where we're going to be at. Guap Gutter says, yes, the leaves in my, is in my, oh, I'm sorry, I can't see y'all. Yes, the levee is basically in my backyard, but it'll be okay. Maybe I'll try to get footage of the water rise after it passes. Yeah, me too. You know what? That's a real good idea. I have a canal behind my house. I need to go back there and get a picture of what it looks like now because I guarantee you it's pretty low. And get another picture of it after it passes and maybe even some during, go back there and get a little bit of it. And the wind, Donna says. Guap Gutter says, yeah, but we are prepared. And Jean Treadaway says, I'm in St. Bernard. Pray it dissipates. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. And when these hurricanes come in, it's just like all of a sudden, it's a hurricane warning. Everybody get your stuff. And even though, we know that there's one coming, we still aren't sure what path it'll take. It might go a little bit this way or a little bit that way. And it can make all the difference in the world of what kind of weather you'll get. So you just have to be prepared for the worst in case that's what you get. Puddentine says, yes, that would be a good video, getting the footage before and after and a little bit during. And Donna said, yes, it sure would. And Guap Gutter says, hello, Jean. Hope you're safe in Bernard. St. Bernard is way below sea level. Oh, is it? Yeah, hope you're safe over there. They're not talking anything about evacuations for y'all's areas yet. Puddentang says, some people have never seen what it's like except what they see on the news. Yeah. And Jean Treadaway says 9 feet. So I'm guessing she's saying they are 9 feet below sea level. They're in St. Bernard. That's a hard thing to imagine, huh? 9 feet below sea level. And Gene Treadaway says, no, it's west of us now. Okay. All right. I'm not sure exactly where St. Bernard is. I would have to look on a map. I actually have a map. I get the market bulletin, and because it has like all different kinds of animals and stuff for sale in it. And there's a map of the parishes on it. I think I have one right here on this door. Let me see if I can grab it. I'm coming, y'all. I know y'all wondering what the heck happened to me, but I couldn't hardly get it off the door because I had it taped on there. But I have got it. St. Bernard. 44. Okay. Right here. That's St. Bernard right there. We are, without giving away too much of my location, we're in this area. So, yeah, I can see y'all are, because they're talking about it when it's coming in. They're saying it's going to be coming in. I can't hardly do this, y'all, because I'm backwards on here. But it's supposed to be coming in, making landfall somewhere around this area, I think. That's what it's projected for right now. Okay, let's see what I missed here. It's west of us. Chalmette. Guap Gutter says, Jean, you are near Chalmette. I'm right across the river from Chalmette Ferry. And Jean says, Southeast New Orleans, Iberia. No, I'm below Chalmette. Okay. Or Chalmette, sorry. Puddentang says, I have friends in Braithwaite. And Donna Laborde says, Central Louisiana. That's where we're at. And Jean says, on the other side of the river. And Donna says, right up the middle of Louisiana, which would cover all of Louisiana. Well, earlier when I watched it, they said it was going to be a landing, making land as a hurricane, a category 1. But then when I watched it a while ago, they saying it strengthened, so it'll be a category 2. Like I said, you just have to watch. It's when they start talking about them 3s and 4s. That's when we start getting nervous where we're at. But I mean, we can still get a whole lot of rain from this, a lot of flooding and some bad winds. I don't know. We'll have to discuss it when it's over. I'll get my pictures and make a little video with it. I made a gumbo today. It was cool this morning, and I got my gumbo pot out. Made a gumbo, y'all. Some smoked meat and some chicken, potato salad. It sure was good, too. Pudding Tang says, yum. And Jean Turtleway says, not scared, just prepare. I like that. That's great. And Guap Gutter says, I need some, please. It was good, y'all. But you know what? I put some pepper in it. Ooh, I saved my all my peppers out of the garden, and I chop them up and put them up in the freezer. And these that I had put up, I thought it was some bell peppers and it was some hot peppers. And I put a big old thing of them in there. And then when I went to taste it, I was like, which we eat a lot of pepper, but still, I just wasn't expecting that because I hadn't put any red pepper or black pepper in it yet. And it was just that pepper I had sauteed. And evidently it was some cayenne peppers that I had chopped up and saved, maybe even some jalapenos, but they were definitely the hot ones. But it was still good. I love it. What is the symbol for the chemical element gold? Is it GOOR or AU? And I'll give you a hint. It's not what you would think it is. Oh, look, Guap Gutter, she got it already. We got us a chemist here. AU, that is correct. AU, says Puddin' Tang. That is on the chemical element chart for gold is AU. Okay. Which song in the 2013 animated film Frozen, which I did not see, but I'm pretty sure that's a Disney movie with that little girl Frozen. Which song in the 2013 animated film Frozen is a romantic duet song sung by Anna and Hans? No, it's a different one than that, Puddin' Tang. And thanks, Donna. 15 minutes to go, she says. The song in the 2013 animated film Frozen is a romantic duet sung by Anna and Hans. Is it For the First Time in Forever, Love is an Open Door, or Fixer Upper? Yeah, I never saw it either. We might have to get us another question. But I will tell y'all the answer. I guess that would be nice, huh? Love is an open door. Let's get another question, y'all. If a seahorse isn't actually a type of horse, what kind of animal is it really classified as? Is it classified as a fish, a mammal, or a crustacean? A seahorse. Is it classified as a fish, a mammal, or a crustacean? Fish. It is a fish. Okay. Oh, look, we got one on the back of here. No, it's not a crustacean. It's a fish. That's what the card says. Okay. In which country is Cape Horn? Donna with her little fish. is Cape Horn? Is that South Africa, New Zealand, or Chile? In which country is Cape Horn? South Africa, New Zealand, or Chile? I would have said South Africa too, because there is a horn of something down there in the bottom of Africa, but that's not the answer. They're saying it's Chile. Chile. I don't know about that one, y'all. I would have said South Africa too. Okay, here's one. Which country produces the majority of the world's maple syrup? France, United States, or Canada? The majority of the world's maple syrup. Who produces it? France, United States, or Canada? Yeah, Canada's right, Puddin' Tang. And you know they have that big old maple leaf on their flag. I think it's a white flag with a red maple leaf on it. I had some nails like that one time that I sewed. Impress made them. But anyway, I don't know why I even said that. It makes sense, says Guap Gutter. Although in the same general vicinity, now this is a question about the makeup of the heart, okay? Although in the same general vicinity, one of these is not a chamber of the heart. Is it the right atrium, the right ventricle, or the aorta? Which one of these is not a chamber of the heart? The right atrium, the right ventricle, or the aorta? And you can just do A, B, or C. Okay, well, Puddin' Tang done spelled it out for us and got it right. And Donna Laborde too. The aorta, I want to say, is a vein in the neck, isn't it? Now, I could be wrong, but for some reason, that's what I'm thinking. The aorta. All right, let's see. The Chinese royalty didn't just take these dogs for a walk, they considered them sacred. The Pekingese. Oh, Lord, yeah, I don't even know how to say the names of these dogs. Lhasa Apso and Afghan hounds. Which one is considered sacred? The Pekingese, the Lhasa Apso, or the Afghan hounds? Yep, it's the Pekingese. Surely is. We'll have to get a picture of one of those. I don't have a picture of one. But I'm pretty sure that's those little fuzzy dogs. They're little. Very cute. My mom had a dog, I think, that looked kind of like that maybe at one point. She had one of those small little fuzzy dogs with the smashed face. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I don't think her dog had a smashed face, so it must have not been one. Long hair, yeah. Tiny. Oh, okay. If you were born on May 3rd, you share a birthday with James Brown. What astrological sign is the godfather of soul? Taurus, Libra, or Aries? I do not know that. Guap Gutter says, LOL, I got a little bit. Maya Pekingese. I don't know either, Pudding Tang says. Yeah, I really don't know much about astrology. It says Taurus is the godfather of soul. Any number of people might have shot an apple off their son's head, but this person is famous for it. Robin Hood, William Tell, or Isaac Newton? I do not know. Robin Hood, I don't recall him having any children. My screen is acting up. Sorry for the typos, Quite Gooder says. It's all right. We'll translate for you. We'll figure it out. William Tell. Okay, y'all, we've got just a few minutes left. Look, Puddin' Tang got it. Puddin' Tang knows. I'll give y'all a couple of these little Bible questions and then we'll close out. That's enough with the press your luck. We'll do a couple of these little Bible questions and then we'll move on. Oh, commercial break. Okay. I think we lost some people's interest. God told me to go to Nineveh, but I disobeyed and went to another city. Who am I? God told me to go to Nineveh, but I disobeyed and went to another city. Who am I? This is yes. Puddin' Tang says Jonah. We're back. Puddin' Tang says Jonah. Yep, God told me to go to Nineveh, but I disobeyed and went to another city. Jonah is correct. Days and nights was Jonah inside of this big fish? How many days and nights was he inside of this big fish? Puddin' Tang says 3. And that is correct. It is 3 days and 3 nights, which coincides with our Savior's time in the grave as well, right? Where did Jesus go to pray after the Last Supper? Amen, Puddin' Tang says. Yeah, amen. Where did Jesus go to pray after the Last Supper? It is Gethsemane. Gethsemane. I'm glad I didn't have to type that one out or come up with the spelling on that one. And I'm probably saying it wrong. Yep, Puddin' Tang says. All right, I'm gonna give y'all 2 more and then I'm heading out. What did Jesus walk on that frightened his disciples in a storm? What did Jesus walk on that frightened his disciples in a storm? Puddin' Tang says water. Yes. They was not expecting to see him coming out walking over that water. And Peter did too, Puddin' Tang says. Yeah, he did. He went out there and met him. And everything was going fine until he looked around and I guess saw the waves and the wind. And I think we do that too in life. You know, we're living life, and if we keep our eyes on him, things can stay pretty good. But it's when we take our eyes off of him and start looking at the things going on around us in the storm, you know, the waves, the wind, for example. That was supposed to be my last one, y'all. Exactly, says Puddin' Tang. That's right. All right, I'm going to give y'all one more just because I feel like it. Who denied knowing Jesus 3 times before the rooster crowed twice? Peter. You got it, Puddin' Tang. All right, good night, Puddin' Tang. Good night, Donna. Good night, anybody, Guap Gutter, anybody who's out there still with us. Good night to all of you. Good night, Mama, if you're out there watching, which I think you are. I love y'all. Y'all take care of each other. Be prepared for our little storm that's coming. Mom got 4 right on Bilbe Trivia, Donna says. Well, good. I'm glad she came and played along. All right, y'all. Well, y'all have a good night. It's good seeing all of you. And I'll try to come up with a topic for Thursday night. Night, Puddin' Tang, says Donna. Stay safe, praying. Yes, pray. Everybody praying. Y'all take care of each other. Pray for our Heavenly Father to take care of us all. Night, y'all.